Hi everybody, my name is William Charles. For those of you who don't know me, I just want to introduce myself briefly and tell you my story. A quick version of my story. I'm a recovering heroin addict. To be honest with you, I never thought I would be. When I was young, I was actually very against drugs, against alcohol, against smoking, against everything. I didn't even have my first drink of alcohol until I was about 32 or 33 years old. I had decided that I wanted to try a glass of wine with steak because I heard that it complemented the meal, and I'm a big fan of the rarest steak possible. So I decided I was going to try red wine, and I enjoyed it. So I drank a few glasses, and I kind of felt this buzz, and it felt nice, but I was always able to control alcohol. For some reason, it wasn't something I felt I had to do all the time. But I started having some personal issues, relationship problems, a little bit later down the road when I was about 37, maybe 36, to be honest with you. Everything's a little fuzzy because that happens when you get older. Honestly, it just does. But I was dating a girl, and she was using, and I decided that I was going to try oxycodone, which is the active ingredient in Percocet, if you don't know. But you can't just... Percocet, I think, stops at 10 milligrams, and you can get higher versions of oxycodone when you get to like 15, 20 milligrams, 30 milligrams. I think it stops there. But anyway, I tried a 20 milligram pill. I decided that, okay, I'm going to try to squelch some of my pain, and I had some complex decisions to make, and I was just anxious all the time, depressed all the time, and I just didn't know what to do. So I honestly just wanted to escape from reality. So I took this pill, and to be honest with you, it felt great. I really liked it a lot, and long story short, oxycodone, I started to use it all the time, and that one pill that I had to use to get high became 2 pills, became 3 pills, 4, 5, I think you get the idea. I think I needed 10 at one point to even feel it. And then I found out that heroin was a cheaper, more powerful version of oxycodone. So there it was. I decided to try that, and 1 or 2 bags did the trick for me. Even though it took 10 pills, it only took 1 or 2 bags of heroin to feel that high buzz feeling that I really liked. And I loved it. I started using every day. I convinced myself that I could control it. I could stop anytime. And when I finally decided it was time to quit, I kept telling myself, just one more time, one more time. I'm going to push it off until Monday. It's Friday. God forbid I stop on Friday, right? The weekend's right there. So I figured I'd, go through the weekend. The weekend kind of felt like an eternity. So I thought, all right, well, I'm going to go through the weekend and I'll stop on Monday. Monday felt like it was really far away. Saturday and Sunday felt great, but when Monday came, I felt miserable. I didn't want to stop. I woke up depressed as hell, to be honest with you. And I decided that, all right, Monday's a really tough work day. I'm just going to use today, and tomorrow I'm going to quit. I kept saying that every day for probably another 6 months or so. I decided it was time to quit. So I decided I was going to go cold turkey. I felt some of the worst withdrawal I had ever... oh my gosh, I can't even explain it. People describe it like a kind of more intense version of the flu. It's 10 to 100 times more powerful than that. I mean, I don't even want to try to use this video to describe withdrawal. I might do that in another video, but it's one of the worst feelings ever. Every part of your body is in some of the most excruciating discomfort. I won't even say pain, but discomfort. And, I think you can imagine you're throwing up, and it's just, there's all kinds of parts to it, and I'll get into it at another time. But I made it to about day 6, and I actually got through that dependence, and I started feeling better. But I decided that if I beat this, I could start using casually, just once in a while. Well, that didn't work. I started using every day again. I thought I could control it, become a weekend warrior, that's what they call it, and just use on the weekends. That didn't work. Started using every day again. I got hooked. Another 3 months I tried again, and I decided I was going to try Suboxone, but I wasn't going the legitimate way. I just got it from the street, and I was told that after 12 hours after your last dose of heroin, if you want to call it that, you could start Suboxone and you'll be fine. Well, I did that, and it sent me right into precipitated withdrawal, which is exactly what it does if you take it too soon. So I went right into the worst feeling of my life again and went through another 6 days of that. And ironically, I was thinking, oh, this is just the Suboxone working. It would be worse without this. I don't know why I was thinking that, because it was just as bad as the last time, but I guess I had forgotten for some reason. Maybe my mind chose to forget because of how awful it was. Went to about day 6 again and got sucked back in. Long story short, I finally decided, because I had a job and I didn't want to lose my job, I was going to try methadone. And I decided to get into a program. I know it's controversial. I did another video about that. But I'm one of the very few people who went through the program, did it the right way, spent about 1.5 years on it. I know that's a long time, but it's an outpatient. You go in, you get your dose, you have to see a counselor once a week. At least, depends on which clinic you go to, but my clinic, you had to see a counselor once a week, go to group once a week, and I thought that was actually really good for my mental state, because the point of methadone is to take care of the physical, and then that kind of gave you the ability to focus on the addiction part and trying to get your mind straight, developing more better coping strategies to deal with life. So I liked the counseling, and I even liked some of the groups. I started tapering down slowly, which is what you have to do, because you do become dependent on these drugs, on these medications. So there are some downsides. But if you taper down really slowly, which is what I did, I went down 1 milligram a week from 70 to 1 to 0. I didn't experience any withdrawal. Now, everybody's different, but I didn't experience any withdrawal. I felt great. Everybody told me by day 3, by day 5, by day 6, everybody gave me a different day that I was going to start experiencing withdrawal. I didn't. I guess I was just one of the lucky ones, maybe. Or maybe I just did it the right way. A lot of people who told me they felt withdrawal admitted that they did it the wrong way. They didn't do it like I did. Tapered down, got off of it, felt great. Here I am. So that's the very short version of my story. It was hell, honestly, when I was using. And there's this quote that says something like, "My worst day in recovery is better than my best day in active addiction." And that really is true. And yeah, don't get me wrong, there were times that I enjoyed the high feeling, but it was so temporary that you had to keep using. And frankly, after you got used to this drug, your body got used to it, you didn't even feel it anymore. All it did was help you feel normal. It prevented you from getting sick. And that's the dependency factor. You no longer felt high, you just took heroin to feel normal. So you had to wake up every morning and take it so you didn't get sick. And I kept doing it anyway, spending hundreds of dollars a week, sometimes over 1,000 in a week. I think one year I calculated that I spent about $45,000 to $50,000 on drugs. And then people complain they don't have any money for treatment, but they have money for drugs. That was me. I didn't want to spend money on treatment, but when I finally got serious, I decided I was. Methadone wasn't that expensive. It was about $500 a month on the private clinic, so I decided $500 a month is better than $500 a day, or every 2 days, which is about what I was spending at a time. So if you're watching this and you're in active addiction, look, there are so many people dying at astronomical rates. Overdosing, dying. It's getting worse every year. Don't wait like I did. I guess I got lucky or blessed that I made it. I didn't die. But a lot of people did. You know how many people contact me and tell me that they've lost their children, or at least one child, sometimes more, or their significant other, their spouse, a family member, a friend, somebody they love, to drugs. I've lost a few people myself, and it's horribly sad. And I don't want you to be a statistic. Please call the number at the end of this video. We can help you get into treatment. We work with some quality rehabs. We can help get you in some of the best. Please call the number. It's open 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't hesitate. Don't wait until Monday like I did, because I never really did it on Monday. That was just my excuse. You know yourself. You can lie to others, and others might believe you, but you're not going to believe your own bullshit. Call the number. At the very least, talk to somebody. Even if you're not going to go, at least call if you're semi-serious. It's worth it. Call the number.